more locks. Yes, you are so right. No more locks. I am through removing and combing out my 8 years of locks. Yeah, so good. All right. So then, I know some of you thought my hair was all attached. Unfortunately, it isn't. All right, because I'm done removing them, combing them out. Yes. So, how long did it take to actually complete the process? It took me 5.5 months. And you might be saying, 5.5 months? Yes. For me, that's how long it took. All right. Because one, I have tender scalp. So if I work on my locks this week, I will not touch it for the next week and probably a week and a half to 2 weeks. It all depends. And it all depends on my mood because I might definitely not be in the mood to go in my hair. And if I'm not in that mood, I ain't going to touch it. All right. And additionally, I should have gotten help from my cousin, but to be honest, there are the days when I'm supposed to go, it's like my body don't want to go anywhere. It's like I'm not in the mood to leave home. And so it never happened. All right. And so that is why it took me so long. And so you might be wondering, did you really cut your locks? No, I did not. And I cannot for religious purposes. So I use 2 methods to complete the process. First, I started out with combing out my locks. So from the tip, from beginning, I did all of that. And I did all of that for about almost 5 months. Yeah. It wasn't until the latter part I said, you know what? I have had it because this is one of my locks. All right. And the locks that I have or had were between 16 to 19 and a half inches. And when I comb out the lock, this is the entire lock. Let me use this one. When I comb this out, I'm left with about this amount of hair. So if I'm left with this amount of hair, which normally will take me about 45 minutes to 75 minutes to complete pulling one lock. And it has been really struggling because I'm doing it by myself. And as I said before, help was offered, but I just didn't come around to that aspect. And I struggled with it at times. The most I did in one pulling out or combing out was about 15, and that took me about half of the day. And with responsibilities, it's hard for me to be in my hair so long. So the latter part of the time, this is what I did. So when I was washing my hair and I reached the point of shampooing, I took the comb, this particular comb, and say all of this was the new growth. Say all of this was the new growth. Right to the point where the new growth had ended or stopped. So right here, I would just take the comb and pull it apart. So I'm pulling it out from the knotted or matted hair that it is attached to. So I'm breaking the hair away. So I continue to break it and I break it and I break it until I am left with a little piece of hair in the middle, about this amount or size. All right, and then what I did is I hold the root of the hair because I don't want it to irritate my scalp, and then I just pull. I pull from here and it just comes right off. All right, so that is what I did. And before, I was terrified of losing all that new growth. But then again, when I look at it, I'm saying to myself, if I am pulling it naturally and I'm barely being left with anything on my head, then I need to get over the fact that I am going to retain half or 3/4 of this length. And I remember up to the point of my early 30s, I was so annoyed with having short hair because I never had picky hair. That is what we refer to short hair in Jamaica, has extremely short hair, picky hair, right? We sometimes call it that. Because to me, it didn't fit everybody. And I thought it would not fit me either. And so I was not having it. But no, after I've pulled out or removed 3/4 of my locks, I started to admire the short hair. And now that I am completely through with removing my locks, I am liking it. I am liking the short hair. I know it's going to be something that I have to adjust to because I didn't grow up with short hair. I had average length hair, and then the locks took it a whole different level, which I loved. All right, so yeah, and I told myself that, or because I believe that my hair is damaged, that is why I'm not retaining the length when I'm pulling it out. I decided to get a professional opinion on the condition of my hair at the moment. So I just need them to examine it to see what's happening with it coming from being locked 8 years. So yeah, And would I lock again? Of course, I said it in my earlier hair videos. Definitely, I'm going to lock again. How soon? I'm not sure. Probably if I had comb out or remove my locks like 2 months before now, I could have given you that direct answer, but I can't say. Right now, it depends on the condition of my hair. If it's in a bad state, then I can't go locking my hair again. I have to give it time to recover before I lock again. But lock is something that I love it. All right, and for my religion, especially with my head being covered, it's convenient and easy to manage. And with my tender scalp, it's a definite plus. But I would not I would not advise persons to go my route if you know you're going to regret losing your hair length or your hair growth. I would say take your time and get those locks combed out. Get help also, because that would fast track the process, and you would not be so burdensome in you dealing with it alone. All right, so these advice are given based on my personal experience. Good. And make sure that you have patience when you are combing out your locks. It's definitely needed, because you can become so frustrated that you become less motivated to do so. But because I had given myself a timeline to complete my locks and I am within that timeline, I am quite fine. All right. Yeah. So I must say the journey or the experience is joyous because of the new change that is going to come about. And then when I look at my locks and I look at this long length, I'm like, oh my God, oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose all that after so long. Yeah. And then I have to just look at it and say, it's really a time for a change, because I said 5 years and I've gone 3 additional years over the 5. So um it's time. What was surprising to me though is the amount of hair that I lost. That was the biggest thing of combing out my locks. The biggest thing. But I'll have to learn to adapt to the new change in my hair. And I know over the years my hair will go back. So I am pleased at the moment for what has transpired. And I must also say that I have been motivated by persons asking me, is your hair fully combed out as yet? And I'm like, no, it's halfway there or 3/4 there, or I just have a little bit left to do, man. So that also kept me encouraged to continue combing out my locks. All right, so actually, to the back of my head, this is practically how short my hair is. All right, yeah. So this is the length at the back. So you see what me I say? 16 to 19.5 inches of hair boils down to this. Yeah. And then this is what it is on the other side as well. Yeah, so you see? What I'm saying makes sense. Yeah, yeah, it does make sense. Makes a lot of sense. And to the front of my head, it's the same thing. All right, because so you have this right here, and then you also have this little one right here. Okay, so see it? There, I think the front and the back is on the same level. Yeah, so it is it what it is. It is what it is right now. So what I'm so thankful for is the fact that I'm finished. I don't have to be in my head, or I don't have to be thinking about you need to get this completed. It's done. Done, 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 done. Okay. Yeah, it's done. So I'm rejoicing. It's all done. I am rejoicing. It's all done. It's all done. No more locks. No more locks. No more locks. No more, no more, no more locks. Yay! But I will get locks again, as I've said before. So remember to subscribe to the channel. You can also leave a like, a comment, and share this video with family, friends, or colleagues, or just people you think might know me, okay? Or might be interested in this video. Alright? So, see you in the next one.